Welcome back, everybody. It is a very exciting week. Now, I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but truth is, lots of exciting things have been happening. And this week, it's that we are finally setting up the static caravan so we can move onto site. But there's a few jobs that we need to deal with first. And the major one is to stop us falling out of bed, because this ground is not exactly level, as you can well see, and did result in some hairy moments when we were moving the caravan onto site. I don't know if you can see quite how deep this hole is, but the pole goes across well above my ankles. So we've got some serious leveling to do.
This pothole nearly wrote off the caravan. Because a few people, even my mate Shane, he messaged me and we was talking about it. He was saying, I didn't think it was that sketchy until I watched the footage back, and I was lucky that that didn't take out the front corner of the caravan. The good news is we've got the telehandler to move this time, so it's a bit more controlled. Not just potholes we've got to deal with, because we've got a few mounds too. Again, I've put this bar in. You see how much gap there is here? Well, it mounds up in the middle here and then drops off again into the field. Now, when it comes to where we're going to site the caravan, we're going to keep it similar to where it is now, because all this land out here is basically just going to be lawn. Jessie's going to have horses or
goats.
Maybe just a paddock, I don't know, we'll see. But there's no work going to be going on here.
So it means that obviously the static can go in place and stay in place for the whole duration of the build. You can see here that we've actually just leveled out this section behind the shed, and that's so that when we come to change the cladding out, we've got somewhere safe to work, but also then we can hopefully pull the caravan forward rather than having to go back through that death pothole. And then out the front here, this is obviously going to be all our driveway area at the front of the workshop. So it means that we can hardcore and gravel here, and we won't be stepping out the front door of the caravan into mud every day. And while we're on about the paddock, I wanted to show you what has happened to the soil here over the summer because it's been so dry. It's come up with these huge, massive, great big cracks in here. And we've also got all of the wheat coming back up from when it used to be, obviously, a wheat field. Now, we want to do a lot of soil improvement to this, adding lots of manure and things like that as well, and improve the drainage so we don't have these kinds of problems. And for that, we're going to need a rotavator. Now, this field has been cultivated, not rotavated, by the farmer. So it's a little bit more of an agricultural finish than what we would get, but it's the same concept. It's pushed all the organic matter back into the soil and aerated it. And that is what we need to do with our segment here. Where a rotavator is not going to help us though is in our back garden, because this kind of surface is probably going to be way too hardcore of a job, excuse the pun, for the rotavator to deal with. And once it's churned the soil up, we're just going to have loads of stones sat on the top.
So that's where the trommel, soil sifter, shifter, whatever you want to call it, comes in, because it will separate the rocks from the dirt. The only bad thing about that is if we tried to put too big of rocks through it, it'd damage it. And that's where this little beauty comes in, the old Rhinox riddle rake bucket.
Look at that happy, happy little face.
Absolutely buzzing about this. I made one like this for the little Kubota we had, and it worked brilliant. So I knew we needed one of these. So
this is a little bit more professional and a lot more sexy, the one you made,
yeah, though. Rhinox have kindly sent me this, so thanks very much, guys. I'll show you a bit more about it when we use it in anger later. I must admit, I have used it already. I couldn't wait, so that's why it's a bit scratched. But basically what it does, goes on the front of the digger, and when you operate it and scrape back the soil, the big rocks get caught in there, but all the smaller one and the soil breaks through. So that's what we're going to use out there. Can't wait to show you that later. But then also, another little, I can't even get the words out, marketplace find.
He's too excited.
This is similar to a compactor, but it's actually called...
A rotavator, you mean?
Why can't I get my words out today?
I've had to take over this bit because John's too excited and he can't talk.
I think what put me off is the compactor there, but I'm excited.
It's like a little kid at Christmas every day these days. Anyway, this is similar to a rotavator, but it's a stone barrier. And the way that it works is you've got the same kind of blades in here that chop the soil up, but it works together and in a different way with this. And what that does is it pushes the stones down under the ground and then brings the nice soil to the top. And then this roller here goes behind it and really helps to break the soil up and make a perfect seed bed for you to seed straight into.
Yeah, that roller is actually bolted onto the back there. Now, I'll put a clip up now in operation that I can find on YouTube, because it'll be a while until we're actually using this, because to use this, you need a tractor. And I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest, because we've been having a bit of a nightmare. We drove 8 hours round trip the other day to look at one. I treble checked before we went with the bloke that the engine was okay. He was like, yeah, got there. It didn't start. And he was like, yeah, I'm having to use Easy Start on it to start it all the time at the minute.
That one was in Crawley, and we then found one in Preston, which fortunately we didn't go to because the bloke gave us the right mess around and let us down at the last minute. So the hunt is still on for my dream tractor. But today, before we can get started on moving the caravan and doing the earthworks, we've got a long overdue job, which is sorting out the security on these machines. And to do that, we've got one of you lovely lot coming down to give us a hand. So this is Pete, and he's from Datatag.
You might have guessed from the t-shirt, but because we've been buying all this machinery lately, obviously the telehandler, the digger, the scissor lift, all the toys, security is top of our list. And because I used to live in London, I'm hot on it. So you know we've got the rear link security cameras, there's trackers, there's padlocks, there's all sorts of stuff. But one of the best things to use is Datatag. Now, if you're into motorbikes, you'll know Datatag already because they sponsor the season and have done the last few years. But I first knew about it in about 2000. My dad bought a GSXR 750 SRAD Classic, and that had it as well. But
my understanding of Datatag, I know you guys are all going to give me jip for that, or to say it as you will all like it, Datatag, is that it basically makes any machine traceable and the baddies can't get it off. If they steal it, there's no way for them to hide the doodads that you put on there.
Exactly. It's a perfect opportunity to mark up a machine, make it all individually marked, which the criminals hate, and makes it easy for the police to identify.
now there's all sorts of things you can fit. Trackers is a good one, but what I don't like about trackers is if you find it, you can get rid of it, or you can get tracker blockers. Whereas things like this, one, the sticker tells you I am data tagged, and the good thing that I like about data tag is you can't remove it.
That's right. It's a tamper-proof evident label, so once it's on, it basically bonds to the machine, and it's very, very difficult to get off. It shreds into a million pieces. It's got its individual code and makes it really identifiable for the police.
And it's not just the one sticker, we have stickers all round, transponders, and there's also like a little gel that's got codes.
Microdots, and on that little microdot, there is a little code written on it that is only identifiable to the police.
And then what you do is you basically dab that on as many bits of equipment or panels and everything like that as you can, and then they can scan for it. And you can't see it, so there's no way of them getting rid of it.
So while we let Pete crack on with getting that fitted, because there's some bits we can't show you, because we don't want the baddies knowing all our secrets, it's not just machines and motorbikes they do, but da-da-da-da-da!
Camper vans too. Now believe it or not, this is Pete's work van. Why couldn't I get a work van like this? Look at it.
That is a sexy looking work van, awning and everything.
Yeah, but a lot of camper vans are getting nicked nowadays, and it's not just the camper vans they're after, it's all the gear inside. So lithium batteries, all the electronics is quite expensive, so people are taking them. And also tools too, cordless tools. So he's kindly bought us a trailer kit, but also a tool kit. And what comes in these is, obviously you get the stickers that you put on, but even if they remove them, you still got the gel to put on too, so it's still traceable.
It wasn't just Pete who came out to lend us a hand yesterday. He brought his lovely wife, Andrea. So thanks ever so much, guys, for all your help. It was so nice to meet you. But while we're on the topic of security, I want to talk to you about how we stay safe online, thanks to the sponsor of this week's video, Surfshark. We've been using Surfshark for a few years now, and it's let us save money on flights, have access to our home comforts when we're travelling, helped us get bargains on tool and online purchases, and kept all our information safe from the bad guys.
It can do all this because it's a virtual private network, which means it does two things. First, it encrypts all your information, which basically makes it invisible, so all the cyber criminals and big companies can't get to it. And second, you can change your virtual location, which means you can make the internet think that you're in over 3,200 different places in the world.
Being able to change your virtual location is the part of Surfshark that gives you all the fun benefits, like getting cheaper holiday deals and giving you access to Netflix libraries from around the world. But it also helps to protect your privacy online, because your city, country and download history can't be linked to your identity. And Surfshark makes sure that nothing you do online can be tracked, monitored or stored.
Now you can try Surfshark risk-free because they do a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also use the same account on unlimited devices.
You'll get an extra 4 months of Surfshark for free if you use the code TRUEBLUE at the checkout or go to surfshark.com/trueblue. I'll put a link in the description for you, or you can click this QR code just here.
Did anyone like how Jess managed to get the old toe ball pin on the tow bar?
Hello.
First go that as well, wasn't it, Jess?
Definitely my first go.
Well, nowhere near Whoa. No, down. Whoa, it's down. You're going too far. Hopefully this goes a bit better than the car. Go on then. Yep, that'll do. Need to drop the forks and get the bucket. Pull the pin. Beautiful. Now it's really handy having these big machines, but what we're quickly learning is the best way to use them. So the mounds that we've got to take off before we get the digger out, thought we'd give it a go with the bucket and see if we can just scoop it off the top. Go on then. Sort of worked anyway. Do a better run this time.
I'm liking this tractor driving malarkey.
Oh my God. Watch the van.
You won't notice any more dents in that. Green machine. Yeah. I think that the GoPro is in the bucket.
Oh, we've lost the GoPro.
I saw it go partway through the big lump, but I didn't want to. Oh
Why
no.
did you stop me?
We got a good load this time.
This isn't going too well, Jess. Look at all this in it though, look.
Oh God, we're gonna have to sift through everything, aren't we? Oh, that's a thorn in my hand.
So you've lost a drone and a GoPro now.
We got the drone back, we'll find the GoPro. She's been through worse.
Go on then, tip it in.
Keep your eyes peeled for a red flashing light. I see it, I see it, I see it!
Hey!
And she's still recording.
Still going.
Go on, GoPro. Well, the telehandler's done a couple of passes and taken a big bit of the mound off for us, but I think it's time to bust out the big guns and give the digger a try. I think this might be a record for our new biggest horseshoe. Oh, look at that whopper! Does anyone else at this point feel like we are just making one great big mess? We've also had a little shower come through and we've got our first taste of what it's going to be like working in our so-called friendly mud. Oi, oi! To all those people as well that have been egging John on in the comments, telling him he needs a dumper, watch this. Digger. Straight in the old telehandler bucket. The reason we changed tact from scooping it up with the telehandler to loading the bucket is because the more it rained, the more mud we made, and it reduced the amount I was driving the 9-ton machine around the developing quagmire. I would use the old windscreen wipers to show you what's going on a bit better, but we still can't find the blades.
I think there's a reason why they don't build in the rain. Look at it. But I think this might have been the stupidest thing we ever done, to be honest, carrying on when it started to rain, because it's just turned into a bit of a mud pit. What I worry about is that for the next few months, it's going to be like this, and I don't know what we're going to do, John. We're going to have to get some hardcore down quickly.
I figured out though, good thing, a bit of natural weed killing will just smushed up to death.
The other thing is as well, I can't wash it. So look at the state of it, but I've had an idea. I bought these buckets from home just so we got some water here, and I haven't shown you this little beauty. I showed you in the Instagram story, but I've got the old Milwaukee 12-volt pump, submerge her in a bit of water, and I've got my pressure washer.
Here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are witnessing a grown man clean his big toy with his little toy.
It's a good job we spent all that time fixing it up and making it all nice and clean, eh?
Beautiful, huh?
Cry. Look how dirty they are.
We learned an important lesson yesterday. We need to make the most of the weather, and the forecast for this week doesn't look great. So today it was heads down, bums up to get this site level while we have the sunshine. Earthworks on this scale is a new thing for us, but we're loving learning as we go and getting to grips with these new machines.
Look, she's getting a pro now, look.
Having both the machines making light work of this big task made the last few months of storing them feel like every second was well spent. Are you glad that we got level yesterday, boy? Everybody like to see our drive to the house this morning.
What I'm thinking though is what it's going to be like when we get there. Is there going to be like big puddles everywhere and things like that?
Are we going to get to Lake the new house? Hey, we might have bought a lake house.
It's not looking good. Jess had the brilliant idea yesterday of filling in that pothole there so it didn't fill up with water. We've not seen that big pothole before though. You've just made it worse.
I know.
Look at it. Oh my God. We haven't got to worry about getting showers at this place because
John, you were here.
we got plenty from the gutters because none of them seal on the big barn or the little place.
Or go into soakaways, which I don't think is helping this situation.
So this is why we're getting
No! Oh my God!
the big puddles. I need to get some wellies, but when we scraped out yesterday, it's given us a good surface because this is all really good hardcore, massive bricks. So it's real nice and grippy. The only bad thing is because they're such big bricks, when we were scraping it back, it's created sort of like craters like that. So we need to get some finer gravel so we can spread it out and then compact that in to get a perfect level base.
We're probably going to go with some MOT type 1 initially, because then that should pack down but still drain well. And then later on, once we've got everything sorted, then we can put some pretty decorative gravel on top.
But that's going to fix this issue. But when we come out here, we've still got the mud issue and you just get no traction. So lesson learned from the other day, we're not going to bring the telehandler out because what we want to do is we want to get the old static put back, leveled up so we can get working on it. So we can't do that this morning, but we've had a great idea. Good old 3 pallets. If only we had a machine with forklift tines on it that would move pallets. More gutters leaking, but we sorted out the old walkway, so now we can get in to the old static caravan.
Take your shoes off, Mr. Payne. Welcome to our palace. We thought we'd give you a bit of a plan to it because that seems to be what we always do. So in the entry hall here, I'm going to have shoe storage here, big dirt trapper mat, and then we definitely have to build some kind of lean-to-y, patio-y, porchy thing out the front as well.
Have we told you about how much dirt there is here and how bad it is? I don't know if we have.
Might have to do like a mud bingo. Every time we say the word mud, you get to take a shot. These cupboards here, truth be told, a little bit useless. There's not much room in there, but I might put some shelves or something. And then this is our boiler. Now, we're not central heated. We've just got hot water. So we are going to add a diesel heater on a thermostatic control.
Yeah, and we haven't tested that hot water yet either, have we?
So we're going to put a good old auto turn in. And then in the bedroom here, we still have the plastic mattress that I've just put a topper on and then a really good mattress protector so I can pretend it's a nice mattress.
Everybody was giving Jess grief, saying that it will come in handy when she wets the bed.
I do not wet the bed. Anyway, in here, we're not doing a huge amount because we do actually have quite a good wardrobe. Not that we have any nice clothes that we would hang up, but we'll probably get some storage under the bed too. The biggest change is going to be our ensuite because we are posh. So this toilet's going to come out and we're going to build ourselves a little custom composting toilet, because if you didn't know, when you flush the toilet you use between 15 and 20 litres of water, and as we told you, we don't have water here, it's at a premium, so that's one of the ways we're going to save on that. The bathroom, again, if you haven't seen it, this is it, it's beautiful. We're not actually going to do anything other than tape the toilet shut so you don't accidentally use it.
She would be using it, wouldn't she?
Middle of the night, I might forget. And then this room here, which was the spare room, taking the beds out because I've given all the carpets a clean because it was a bit stinking. And this is going to be our office. So we'll have a nice desk here looking out over the field and then some storage on this side. But this is where the major works are going to start, because for some bizarre reason, in static caravans, they make tiny wee little doorways. There's only 540, so you can't get anything proper through it. So we're going to rip this whole bit out all the way up to the ceiling, and then we'll be able to get ourselves a nice comfy sofa in. We're also going to rip out this whole bit here for this booth, because it just completely closes in the space and all it gives you is one narrow little cupboard. Then obviously we're going to need to refloor the whole thing because we've got 2 different kinds of floors. In the kitchen, we're not going to do a great deal. As you can see, I bought myself a dishwasher because it's supposed to use less water than washing by hand. That's the story.
I was going to say, no, we just hate washing up.
Again, this is a bit of a story of these are built for holidays, not for living. This whole cabinet here, you can't get into. So storage is something we really need to sort out in here. So you saw when we went to IKEA, I did buy myself a cute little folding table, which is going to go in this area. Then we're going to build storage there. And this is going to come out because it's useless. Like, it's not even got a shelf in it. And we'll put storage in here. And then the biggest deal is that this big here sofa is going to come out. We did and ah a lot about whether to do this.
Yeah, well, the bloke that dropped off the caravan, he actually said when you do that, it devalues the caravan because it can't then go back on sites. People don't like it like that. But to be honest, I think this will be more somebody who's building a house will buy this. So they'll much prefer that
and
than
also,
this.
it's just not really a lounge. Like, it's comfy to sit like this, but I don't sit and watch the telly like this. I sit and watch the telly like this.
Yeah, the only pain is where this window sort of like kicks in a little bit. So we might have to rip that bit at the back out. I don't know.
We may end up regretting this decision terribly, but it's happening now. So.
And then in that corner there is where we're going to put the fridge freezer. Again, cupboards are going to get ripped out.
Yes, which you may have noticed ornamentally laying horizontal in my office. So, shall we get ripping? Just make it so you guys can see. Oh shit, wrong way. I just added another dent, John.
What?
Just added another dent.
What did you do?
You see on the back door.
Yes!
Dent 7,692. Well, do you remember what the living room looked like before? All crammed in, a higgledy-piggledy old space, and the cupboards were terribly designed, so I would have got nothing in the storage. Well, how much better is this? Look at all this space we've got now. And we can design the storage to work way better for us. So we've ripped all this out, ready for the fridge to go in. We've also got all of this all clear, and I've got a really cool idea for what I want to build in here to make the best use of this space. And then we got a little bit carried away and decided that we would rip all this wall out and the gas fire because we were never going to use it. What it does mean is we've got a bit of a mess to clean up though, because you can see here where this wall was. And then we've also got all the way around the bottom where it's had cupboards and things in before, bits that are missing. So we've got a bit of a plan in mind for that.
And then we've also got, obviously the flue needs to go out, then there's vents in the walls, holes in the floor.
Never mind the power socket just hanging out the roof as well.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to channel our inner camper van builds to repair this one. So things haven't quite gone to plan because it's the next day and the old static caravan is still in the same place. We left it till later in the day, hoping things would dry up. Nothing's dry, but one thing that you might have seen in this video that we haven't spoke about is the big dirt pile in the middle of the paddock.
So the ground contamination guy, when he came out, thought quite reasonably that this is probably an old bonfire and therefore could be a contamination risk. So we're not allowed to scoop away the dirt in case we spread the contamination until he's come and done all of his little soil sampling. We have cleaned it up as much as we possibly could, because you remember what it used to look like before, but we weren't expecting to get this much out of it. Admittedly, this isn't just from the bonfire, but we've got 2-ton bags full of baling twine, burnt danger signs.
Birds.
It's all right, it's a fake one. And then 6 tubs of smashed glass from around the place as well.
Now, that's the second load as well. We've already taken 1 load to the tip too.
John's beloved scrap metal skip is now full to the brim after we finished taking bits out the static yesterday. All kinds of interesting bits that we found around the place. Old ploughing blades. That looks like a railway sleeper bolt. Bits of chains, all kinds of things.
I've also got myself a burning tank, because to do it on the ground is not really safe, especially when we've got the farmer's field over there with still old hay in it and that. So I'm always a bit worried when it comes to fire. So anything that's untreated, that's all good to burn, we're chucking in there. And then all these trees and bushes along here, they've just been neglected. So we need to just trim them back a bit. And there's so much dead big branches all about the place, so they can go in there too.
And these 2 piles here are what I've salvaged from around the place to be the start of my compost heap. And I have put it way over in the back corner of the field here. And it's something I'm really looking forward to do, weirdly. It's a kind of strange obsession I've always had. We're going to need a lot of good soil around this place, but also because we haven't got Maine's rubbish collection, I suppose you'd call it. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Waste collection.
That's why we're doing all this, really, because we've got to make the best of what we're getting rid of. It's cost us a fortune, really.
And it's environmentally friendly.
But I was saying, I don't know, are you interested in this? But I don't know, I was just thinking, we've got to do it.
And I think it's all part of the process.
Yeah, and
so,
some of these bits you'll see as we do it, and you probably think, what on earth are they doing there? So
yeah, we try and answer your questions. I don't know, tell us if it's boring and we'll stop blabbering on. But on that note, hopefully next week when we see you, the static caravan will be in position and we can smash on with getting that all set up and some other little jobs around the block. So we look forward to seeing you then, and don't forget about that Surfshark link in the description. John, we're on the stilts that aren't in properly in the slidey mud. I think the pallets were a good idea. Should I just give them a yank and see what happens?
whoa! All we need is a swing in here.
Oh my god, don't smash the windows!
Do you think she'll be impressed with this one? Do you think this is safe enough?
I didn't get you as good then. Like better deals on your holiday night, fast like getting cheaper holiday deals and falling out of the telehandler. The living room will... Just look at the state of this. Hang on, John, I need to windscreen wipe for the people again.
It's going to be interesting getting out. Look at them wheels.
That's going straight outside.
No, you know what that'd be good for? In the van.
Mate, the van stinks. Could you leave this top bit in?
Oh, that's what we were going to do, wouldn't we?
Shit.
Every machine has its individual codes, and that's not what always.
Right, turn them cameras off.
Yeah.